Hi ladies, are you ready for some yin yoga? We're here with Michelle and she's going to take us through a yin session. Now, what is yin?
Yeah, great question. So yin yoga is an old name, you could say, and it's connected to the Chinese sort of religion of yin and yang. And yin is the aspect of the feminine, the slowing down, connecting to the moon. It's nourishing, it's healing. And so they're all the things that we're going to be doing today.
Sounds
nourishing
great.
you. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm all about doing yang, like my lifestyle and the way I train is always yang, so this is a good balance.
Perfect. So today I'm also going to be sharing with you a few modifications. So friends, if you're pregnant or wherever you are on your journey, I'm going to give some modifications along the way. So let's get started. So let's come to sitting. And let's just place our hands on the knees. And just take a moment to connect with your breath. And breathing in through the nostrils and breathing out through the nostrils. And connecting to the yin aspects of slowing down, of nourishing your body, of healing your body. And take one more deep breath in. And a long breath out. And gently opening your eyes, my friends. So if you have a pillow, I invite you to use your pillow. If you don't have a pillow, that's absolutely fine. What you can do is use your yoga mat and roll it up into a little rolled up position and use that behind your back, right up at your mid-thoracic. So ladies, that's right where your bra strap is. So that's a nice place to put it. Or you can just use a towel as well. That's also another option. And we're going to go straight into opening up the heart. So if you have a pillow, you can use that. A nice, easy beginning. All right, so we're just going to lie on back. We take the pillow just in between your shoulder blades. So right where your bra strap is. And then let your head hang over the edge. And then we take the arms out wide.
Oh, this feels so good.
It feels amazing. And just bring the soles of the feet together, knees go wide. And if that feels too much for your hips...
my legs were straight.
Yeah, you could actually have your legs straight. That's a beautiful option because the focus here is actually opening up through your chest and opening up through your heart. Another option you can do, my friends, is just bring the arms overhead. And that's it. And that's a bigger stretch through the chest. And placing a warm smile on your face. And as you lie back here, and feel the heart expands with each breath. And you can't help but smile in this pose. And feel the nourishment of your body, of your mind. And so whenever we're practicing yin yoga, our intention is to slow down. As Emily said, it's the opposite to the yang aspects of the program. So give yourself full permission to really let go. Closing the eyes down. And just watching your breath. Feeling the ebb and flow of the breath. And let the breath lull you to rest. It was our mother's breath when we were in the womb that lulled us. We have a deep connection to the breath, to the sound of the breath. to the feeling of the breath. And just releasing the jaw, and releasing your mind.
I have to focus on releasing my eyebrows too,
Yes.
because I naturally want to frown all the time. So I have to be conscious of it and let go and relax everything.
Very nice. And keep letting go.
This is one of the poses I've been doing at home because of I have a few back issues and they've been pretty bad lately, and this has been helping so much. It helps realign the spine too, apparently.
Very good. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And we're slowly rolling out of that. And we'll come to a gentle twist now. And as Emily mentioned, she's had some lower back issues. And so I always like to do a double leg twist. So we'll lie on our backs again and bring both knees to the left, stacking your knees, and then just take the right arm to the side. Now, for my pregnant friends, if you have a pillow, it's a good option to take the pillow between your knees here. And you can just rest here. So keeping your torso forward and feel more of a stretch through the shoulder here. And friends, even if you're not pregnant, this is actually a really beautiful option. This is actually my preferred option.
I sleep like that with a pillow between my knees. It helps my back.
And just relaxing here. And so being mindful not to over twist. And find that safe place that feels comfortable. And continue to close your eyes. And let yourself receive. We're so often giving and doing, and this practice is all about receiving and being. You can rotate your neck if that feels safe for you. And take one more deep breath here. And a long breath out. And then we'll just slowly move to the other side. So just taking both knees to the other side for my pregnant friends. So you'll just take the pillow, take it in between your knees, and then we just move to the other side. And what's really important here with yin yoga is that we drop our ambition to do more. And that we're no longer pushing or striving, and we just allow ourselves to be where we are. And sometimes I have clients complaining, oh, I don't feel enough of a stretch. Am I not doing it right? Yin yoga is not just about creating a deep sensation of a stretch. It's also about just slowing down, allowing yourself to simply be. So the intention behind the practice isn't necessarily to become more flexible, but rather to be more open, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. Feel every part of yourself open up. Close your eyes down. And the one thing I've learned as I'm getting older is that less is always so much more in so many aspects of life. And the longer you spend in the pose, the more you feel yourself open.
I nearly fell asleep then. Where am I?
Perfect, exactly where you're meant to be. And take one more deep breath here. And a long breath out. Nice. And so now we're going to come to the IT band, which runs down the outside of your legs. And so if you have a pillow, or you can roll up your mat, you can place that underneath your glutes and cross your left knee over your right knee, just like a secretary, sort of sitting. And then see if you can take your left hand to your right foot, right hand to your left foot, that's it. And then just, you can breathe here and then open up your legs. So take the feet away from the body and you'll feel that open through the outer seams. You feel that, Em? So bring your knee.
I don't know if I'm doing this right. I look a bit like a chicken, don't I? Cooked chicken.
So bring your knees together. I love you. And so it's just cross legs, and then everyone's different.
Yeah.
You feel that now?
Yes.
And then yes, it's really strong. Now, for my pregnant friends, this might be a bit much for you to lie on your back. So you can actually just lie straight on your side here, on your pillow. And send the arms overhead. And then you'll feel a beautiful stretch running through the outer seam of your hip here. And that will feel really nice too. So for whatever reason, if this version doesn't feel safe for your body, we're all built differently, we're all made differently, we all have different injuries and lifestyle, this is another great option for you. I'm going to come back and join you, Em.
This feels great.
It's good, isn't it?
And if you just sort of adjust, you can sort of get a deeper stretch or a little bit different.
Yeah, you can sort of modify to suit yourself. I have really tight IT bands.
Me too.
So I always feel like I'm in the fire pit when I do this pose. And so it's not unusual that when you're in a yin pose that you can feel a lot of heat coming up in the body, especially if it's a challenging pose. And sometimes you might feel the fiery emotions, a bit angry at times. That's not unusual. But just breathe.
Sometimes it makes me want to grind my teeth. And then I stop doing it, of course, and relax my jaw and then deep breathe.
Perfect. And that could be the default mode of when things get uncomfortable. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. That's switching sides. We'll just cross the opposite leg on top, catch the opposite foot, and
Oh my goodness.
It's funny because, I have many friends who do this pose and can hardly feel anything. And,
Really?
but we're all different, and that's perfect.
My whole glute and ITB is getting a stretch.
Yes. But I love how you mentioned, Em, by just changing where you place your feet actually changes where you feel the stretch. And for my pregnant friends, you would just be on the other side. Deep breathing.
Don't forget to smile.
That's my favorite quote in the whole world. I always say it. Keep smiling. Because when things get uncomfortable, we often, as you said, we grit and grind. Or we clench our eyebrows. We tense up our shoulders. And so in some ways, yoga is like a controlled, stressful situation.
Yeah.
Where you put yourself intentionally into an uncomfortable but safe position, and then you learn to manage yourself, manage your response to discomfort. And then that's where we get the saying, finding comfort within the discomfort. And when you learn to manage that in your yoga practice, then we can do that in life, off the mat.
While I'm doing this, I'm actually using my thumbs to give my arches a massage.
Ooh.
And it feels really good. Why not get something extra in, hey?
Totally, self-love, self-care.
Exactly.
I'm all for it.
See, it's not as intense now.
And it also takes your mind off it as well.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Well done. Woo. Now from here, we simply open up those knees, keep the knees bent. So we go from the outer seam to the inner seam, and we place our hands on the inner seams of your knees. So just inside your knees, Em. That's it. And you can push your knees away if you like. You can pull them in. I like to push my knees away. That's it. And then you just open up those inner seams.
This is what I did to my babies when they were having, wind trouble.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't mean we can't do it either. It's great for us.
So just find the position that feels best for your body, and that might vary day to day if you have them in a little bit more or out. And for my pregnant friends, rolling to the side and coming up. You can simply bring the soles of the feet together, and I like to bring my feet 2 palm lengths away from the pubic bone to the heel, and then just fold forward here. And this is a really beautiful practice, and just dropping your head down. So you'll also get a nice stretch through your spine here, as well as your adductors, and folding here. And for my friends that don't feel comfortable on their back, this is also a great option. So the nice thing about doing this practice is you've always got choices. So I'm going to join you, Em.
This feels really nice.
And that's an interesting sort of observation, self-awareness, is that when things feel nice in your body and when things don't feel nice, it's like, oh, that's interesting. You naturally may have more flexibility in different parts of your body than others. And it's really about getting to know yourself, getting to know your body. Because when it's comfy, it actually feels really enjoyable.
I can definitely feel an intense stretch, but it feels good. Like it's not at all painful, it's slightly uncomfortable, but I know it's good for me, if that makes sense.
Yes. Nice. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. And a long breath out. 1 more deep breath here. And a long breath out. Just draw your knees in for a moment and just rock from side to side, releasing any tension. any tension in your hips. And we'll move to happy baby pose now. Take our hands to the inner seams of the feet, and then we encourage our knees either side of the body towards the ground. And such a good pose. And for my friends who may be blessed carrying a little baby, this is a beautiful pose for you. And it's exactly the same outcome. And it's very, very good for you, specifically when you're pregnant, because it helps your baby turn the right way around for birth. So this is actually a really great pose for my pregnant friends. And for whatever reason, if happy baby doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can also do it flat on the floor or do this pose as well. I actually love this pose, it's so good.
Do we say goo goo gaga too? I actually do feel like a baby right now.
It's good.
See, this is quite intense for me because my hamstrings are so tight.
And we all feel it differently. So wherever you're feeling it, just breathe into it. Come back and join you in. And the beautiful thing about this posture, particularly too, is that you're compressing through the lymph nodes in your groin here, which is really important for purification of the body. So this is actually a really good pose also for purification.
My groin's actually feeling really intense.
That's right.
Maybe I really need the purification.
And you can sort of rock from side to side and give one hip a release if you feel you need to. Just listen to your body. Your body will guide you.
This is great for squat mobility, isn't it?
Absolutely, that's absolutely. Because when you get more range, you can have more power. Let's take one more deep breath here. And a long breath out. Very good, my friends. And this time, we'll lift the legs up to the sky.
Oh, they feel sore.
Yes. And what we're going to do here is dynamic ankles. So we point and flex our feet, alternating. And as we continue to point and flex, this is actually really going to help with the lymphatic drainage of your legs. It's good for water retention, varicose veins. And especially if you stand on your feet all day at work or even sit down, there's a lot of stagnant energy in the legs. And it's quite normal to feel a little burn through the front of the shins here. You'll start to feel the energy. And then you can also do ankle circles in and out. And you can do it fast or slow. But try to make sure the movement actually comes from the ankle joint. Sometimes I see my friends moving from the hip joint and doing circles with their legs. And so remember, it's actually circles with your ankle. Now, if you're really heavily pregnant, this is not going to be comfortable for you. So you can just roll to the side and sitting up, your legs will be a little bit wider, friends, and you can do the same type of movement. You may even find it more comfortable sitting on a pillow and just getting that movement in your legs here. But the purification really happens when we have our legs up.
It's any time that you have your ankles above your chin, you're actually able to drain the lymphatic system. Something I read just recently. So there's this thing that people are doing where they're sleeping with a pillow and they put their feet on the pillow to rise them up. Interesting.
Yeah, and being in this pose here, which is one of my favorite postures, is I actually teach it in every single class that I teach. is it's also good for your parasympathetic nervous system. So it really encourages us to slow down. And when we're in our parasympathetic nervous system, that's when we can rest and digest. And most of us are really high strung and in that sympathetic nervous system, and nothing actually works properly. So we can't assimilate our food properly, we can't digest our food properly.
I know about that. This is really good for the lower back as well.
Especially propped up a little bit helps.
Yeah.
So just take one more deep breath in and a long breath out. So good. And just bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug, happy, and then just release the pillow lying on your back. And for my pregnant friends, just lying on your side, you can place the pillow between your knees. We'll come to relaxation. And you should feel a big rebound from that exercise. And so your legs should have a tingling sensation running through them. And there'll be a big release through the pelvis too.
I'm feeling everything you're talking about.
Good. And sometimes that feeling can be hot, sometimes the feeling can be cold. There's no right or wrong, we're all different. But there's definitely a sensation release. And so I invite you now just to visualize that energy that you feel within you, healing and nourishing all of your cells. Feel that energy rebuilding and repairing all of your body. And see that energy move through you, purifying your whole being, eliminating, releasing whatever no longer serves you. And then notice the stillness that is you. A deep feeling of tranquility, a deep feeling of serenity. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And slowly rolling up.
If you don't need to roll up, you can stay there and go to sleep.
Highly recommend. And it's really a good practice actually to extend those relaxation sessions. Nice.
I feel so amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, friends. I hope you enjoyed that session as much as we did.
Thanks, Michelle.
Pleasure.
Bye.